let's get into our prediction contests. We're gonna do Beach Break and Royal Rumble. The reason for that being is that the Royal Rumble only has 5 matches announced at the time of this, and Beach Break only has 3 matches. So we put them together. We have 8 matches to predict.
And it might be a little
that
bit
gives
more.
us a larger sample size to do the prediction, and more likely for someone to lose. We have to decide on our punishment. The loser of this prediction contest, the person who gets the least amount of predictions right, will have to chug and or drink a half gallon of milk during the next show.
That sounds like a bad choice.
It just sounds like a bad choice. So don't lose.
I love me some milk.
I like milk too, but oof, that sounds pretty awful. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, let's start here. So I'm going to start with Beach Break because Royal Rumble's like the main event, so we're going to do those last.
So Beach Break is what's Beach? Oh, wait, that's who is that? Impact.
That's AEW.
AEW. Oh,
so that's going to be next Wednesday. It's just so they do like a monthly or like AEW special they build up to, and so this one's Beach Break. Okay. It's highlighted by the wedding of Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford.
Oh God!
There's also 3
nothing
matches.
bad is going to happen there.
Yeah, I'm hoping, and this is kind of an aside here, that my prediction from October comes true there, and Miro turns on Kip Sabian and ruins the wedding.
It should. Actually, to be honest with you, he should.
Honestly, I think that I have a good idea. I think that's probably a good likelihood that happens.
Because he doesn't. Miro doesn't really need Kip. To the truth of the matter is, if they're going to push
I think he needed him initially, but now it's time to like make Miro his own man.
Yeah, if you're going to push him to be the monster that I think they're trying to go with, and I think they're trying to they're trying to go with. He needs to finally break away from them.
And we'll see what happens. Like, I don't want to make that a prediction. Like, is Miro going to turn on Kip Sabian because it's really just a binary choice. So here, let me give you the matches that we're actually going to predict, and we'll go down. We always do it. So the first announced match is the #1 contenders tag team battle royal.
Oh God!
And it'll feature pretty much all the tag teams on AEW. So FTR, Jake Hager and Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho and MJF. Santana and Ortiz, the Dark Order, which I think will be Evil Newton and Stu Grayson, Private Party, Jurassic Express, the Acclaimed and Top Flight, as well as the Young Bucks.
Wait, Alex, I have a question before we do that. Alex, I have a question.
What's up?
Was it Uno? Was Stu Grayson used to be Uno 2?
No, Stu Grayson used to be Stupefied, and he used to be Player Dose, depending on what promotion they're in.
Yeah,
I know what you're asking about. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Uno Player Dose.
Yeah.
Player Dose. Okay, so I'm sorry.
This is me.
So he's the same. He's the original.
The same guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I did want to mention on this tag team battle royale that the Young Bucks, despite being the champions, are in this battle royale.
What?
And if they win, they will choose their opponents, and they have hinted that they will choose the Good Brothers. You're up. Who's winning this match?
I can't. It's hard to predict this because I don't know the Bucks are heel or face anymore. I really don't know anymore.
Nobody knows.
The
Bucks don't even know.
The Bucks don't even know. They call themselves stupid baby faces, and then they're like,
and they act like heels. So it's like, okay. I would.
Want me to read you the tag teams again, or are you okay?
Yeah, read me the tag teams one more time.
All right, so including the Young Bucks, we have FTR, who are the #1 ranked team, Jake Hager and Sammy Guevara, Chris Jericho and MJF, who are the #5, Santana and Ortiz, the Dark Order, who are #4, Private Party, who are #3, Jurassic Express, who are #2, the Acclaimed, and Top Flight.
I mean, honest with you, my head should be FTR. Honestly, FTR should have a rematch. They didn't have a rematch. But I would, honest with you, say Dark Order. I would like to see the Dark Order. If you get the momentum, Dark Order has had a great momentum since
they've won almost every match except for last night.
Yeah, they're building off what's happening, and the fans are behind them now. It would be great to actually to build them up, to give them this win, and try to actually build them up as a credible team. Maybe even get them to win. I'd like to give them the title, have them run with the title for a little bit. The Bucks.
Oh man, that would be my favorite thing now.
The Bucks don't really need the belts. To be true for the matters, they don't really need the belts. They didn't need the belts before, They don't need the belts right now. Have them drop it to Dark Order. Have the Dark Order run for a little bit and get some other teams into the mix and everything like that, and get them back. That would be a smarter move to help build the brand. So I say
is this your prediction or this is your
fantasy
booking?
I say Dark Order. I'm fantasy booking, but I say Dark Order. That would be my
Alex.
That was lovely, James. I appreciate the logic and the rationale that you put into that. I think you make some very strong points there. And other words that I can say to fill up time for a couple minutes. But I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
We have a lot of matches to predict. Let's not fill up time.
I know, I'm just kidding. I'm going with the Bucks. I have this feeling because like you were like that's what they're hinting at now. I'm like that's probably where we're gonna go with this.
I thought about that. Okay, so it's my turn. I thought about that, but then I realized there's actually something else they've been hinting at, and my pick is Chris Jericho and MJF. As to continue to further the storyline with the Inner Circle and kind of make them relevant again. I don't think we're going to have the Young Bucks and Good Brothers clash yet, so I think Chris Jericho and MJF are going to win this match. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, next match on the card is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Thunder Rosa. I believe this is last woman standing.
Yeah, I think so.
If I recall.
I think so.
I think that, or if it's not that stipulation, there's some sort of stipulation on this. But I think it's last woman standing. Because they've had a bitter rivalry for the last couple of months. With Britt Baker saying that Thunder Rosa does not belong in AEW because she's weird.
Coming from the dentist.
Dentist, right? But I mean, she's been attached in Thunder Rosa, trying to keep her from like joining AEW. Like that's the storyline, which is fine. Alex, Britt Baker or Thunder Rosa? Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Sorry.
Yeah, put some respect on that name.
Thunder Rosa. I gotta put some respect.
You know what? This is a little bit of a tough one to call. I've been a little surprised by how generally good this feud has been, but I also keep saying I don't know. I feel like this is gonna sound weird, but I almost feel like the safe pick is Thunder Rosa, just purely because I think if I think Thunder Rosa wins this and starts to reestablish herself as a contender again for the AEW Women's Champion, because like we saw what amounted to the one title match between her and Shayna, unless I'm mistaken. Mm-hmm. I don't remember if she
she challenged for the title at was it All Out?
Okay, yeah, she challenged it All Out, and since then, in fact, if I remember correctly, the feud with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, put some respect on the name, started shortly after that. So I kind of feel like a win for Thunder Rosa easily puts her back in that title hunt. Especially now that she's not necessarily going after.
Well, they are starting a women's tournament for the number one contendership.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think I think between the one against Baker and then going into the tournament, I think that'll start the momentum there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Thunder Rosa.
Okay. So this is actually a tough one, not for the reasons you cited, but for the fact that for the most part, Thunder Rosa hasn't been on TV, and I think that's part of like travel restrictions and stuff. Because I think she actually, I think she lives in Mexico, if I recall. She actually does. So she hasn't been featured as much as Britt Baker has been on TV. Like Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I do apologize, Dr. Baker. She's been on TV every week, but I actually think Thunder Rosa is going to win. It's just the kind of thing that happens with these kind of feuds.
Yeah.
The face wins. I wouldn't be shocked if Dr. Britt Baker DMD wins, but I do think it'll be Thunder Rosa. James?
Yeah, it's easy. Thunder Rosa. It makes more sense. It's the easiest way to cap it and just build Thunder up. So Thunder Rosa.
All right. So the last match on the Beach Break card that has been announced, at the time of this recording, is the main event, and it'll be the AEW World Champion and the Impact Tag Team Champions, Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers, versus Rey Fenix, Pac, and Jon Moxley in a 6-man tag. I think this may be a street fight as well. I'm not entirely sure, so I might get crushed in the comments, but like, no, you idiot, it's actually just a regular straight-up match.
Wait, hold it. Rey breaking news is just been come out now. Before we get to that, we do have another match that's been added to Beach Break. And before yes, we have. It has just come out. We have the rematch of Eddie Kingston versus Lance Archer lumberjack match.
Oh,
they have just announced it. So before we get to the main event, let's do that real quick, and then we'll.
All right. Good looking out.
So
rematch. I guess that's what I'm on that one, huh?
Yeah. No, you're fine. No, it just announced as we were recording. So I would say this.
We get to have some breaking news. All right, it's
my
turn.
Breaking news.
Well, in that case, if we're gonna look at Eddie Kingston versus Lance Archer in a lumberjack match, I think it'll be Lance Archer. Eddie Kingston won last time, so he won on Thursday night or last night. Wow, I said Thursday night. So I think Lance Archer will get the return match.
Yeah, what's up? I agree with you.
I'm going to go the other way purely to pick against the grain. I'm gonna go with Eddie Kingston. Plus I gotta show my dude Eddie Kingston some love, you know. So, yeah.
All right. Alex,
I was actually happy.
Oh yeah,
that was great. On Wednesday night because he's been needing a while. So it's too bad they're running it back right away.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I mean, I guess I'm also just holding out hope that it won't.
Well, they might just do like a 3-match series, and they'll have like the final match at
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably what they're doing. This has been a rivalry since like October at this point.
Well, they never had a chance to really finish it. They kind of.
Well, they've been like
off a little.
They've been like faction fighting and attacking each other and other stuff like that. So this is like they finally got in the ring.
And to think this partly was kicked off because of the fact that Lance Archer won that title shot, like the shot at the world title, in that it was a battle royal of some sort.
It was a battle royal.
Right. Eddie Kingston didn't go over the top rope. Kind of kicked off of that, and that still amazes me because you have two guys like Lance and Eddie going at it. Okay.
Okay, now. Okay.
All right, so back to the main event then. So Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Rey Fenix, Pac, and Jon Moxley may or may not be a street fight. James, you're up.
Well, I don't know where they're going with this, though. I mean, with the feud itself, Moxley has been saying, "Oh, you're not going to see it coming," da. But he really hasn't done anything to disrupt him. He's getting his butt kicked a couple times, if I remember properly.
He beat Nick Comoroto.
Yeah, Nick Comoroto. I don't know who that is, but
he's a jobber. That's just like
if I have to look at this logically, if I'm booking this, I have to book this Omega and the Good Brothers to win this. You want to smash it down a little bit more on him. That does make the comeback, say, if they're having a rematch or something at Revolution or something like that, to say, fill people in to say for the big comeback. So I'll go Omega and the Good Brothers to the Elite to win this one.
Yeah, okay. I will say. So there's a couple of things about this that I want to say before I get into who I'm picking, and I'll make it real quick. I do like the fact that this is now the second match that we've seen in general, where it's a 6-man tag involving Omega and the Good Brothers. The first being the match at Impact's Hard to Kill. I do think it's pretty cool to see, like, okay, this is logical booking as far as things go, because.
Well, the first match is actually an AEW Dynamite.
Well, yeah. So that would make this the third. But my point is, like, it's smart, logical booking to put those three in like a 6-man tag. For various reasons that include like having someone take a fall and still keeping. I feel like this will partly keep Omega looking strong regardless of how things go. I do feel like. Right. I feel like. I'm in agreement with James overall. I do have a feeling this is going to be meant primarily to help continue building up Omega and the Good Brothers. So for that reason, I'm going to go with them. So, but I think I'm tempted, but I'm like at least I know this will be a good match. That's one thing I enjoy about matches like this. Like we're going to get a good match, even if the finish feels like it's predictable.
Yeah, I'm leaning, and I was the same way. I'm leaning toward the other way, but it's just I think they're still trying to build Omega as the ultimate heel here.
Yeah.
It's just, I think winning here would be, I think would be the right move. Okay, Alex. I'm sorry, Chris.
So here's what I think. Of Rey Fenix, Pac, and Jon Moxley, Pac is the only person to defeat Kenny Omega in singles competition on AEW. I think just in general, I'm sure Rey Fenix has beaten Kenny Omega in the past in other promotions, but Pac is the only person who's beaten Kenny Omega in singles competition. He could logically be the next title challenger with a win here, but I don't get the feeling that AEW is going in that direction. So I think it's going to be Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers winning, as they're kind of becoming the ultimate evil. That I think eventually, whatever, if it's just them, if the Young Bucks finally give in and turn heel, which I pray, please, please make them just join up.
Yeah,
and then
it's
you can
logical.
Then you can have Hangman Page lead the good guys, who would hopefully be the Dark Order. But anyway,
yeah, I mean, it works. Everything works in the sense of.
But you need Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers to be the biggest assholes.
The biggest
everyone
assholes.
Hates.
Which I think
everyone needs to hate them. Like the fans need to hate them. You need to hate them. I need to hate them.
Yeah.
They got to win.
They have to win. And I think they're going down that route because there is. I heard some rumors there is more Impact wrestlers showing up more. I think on Dynamite next week, or not? Yeah, next week, or the Beach Bash after. Or so. I think they're going down that route that these guys are going to cause chaos in both companies, and it's going to be the point where you might have them join band together to try to destroy them. I mean, I think they're going that way. But yeah, I agree.
Great. All right, let's move on to the Royal Rumble card, and we'll just keep it going, where we're at. So there are 5 matches confirmed from the Royal Rumble. There's a couple others that are rumored, the Intercontinental and US title, but they haven't been confirmed, so we're not going to predict them tonight. Just in case they don't happen. We will just predict the 5 matches that have been confirmed. So the first match that has been confirmed is the Women's Tag Team Championship match, and this is a rematch now of Asuka and Charlotte Flair defending against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, defending the Women's Tag Team Championship. Alex, you're up.
Yeah, I feel bad because I really don't have that much to say about this match, except that I'm trying really. Okay,
it's fine.
I'm just gonna do that because I'm trying really hard not to have a whole lot of beef with this whole situation. I've given my rambles about it before, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna go with Asuka and Charlotte to retain. So.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do the same. I think we are headed for an Asuka versus Charlotte clash, and that WWE likes to do the singles tag champs also going for a singles title thing. So I think Asuka Charlotte Flair will retain. James.
Asuka,
honestly, it's
nothing. All right.
Hey, because the one thing I will say about it is that I almost feel like this is the Asuka Charlotte feud going into Mania that's sure to happen off the back of this. Seems like what they were trying to do with Nia and Shayna, except that they actually have 2 people that they really want to have the titles on. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think they're trying so hard to make Charlotte come off as a face. They're doing with the Lacey and Ric Flair thing. And the problem is it's not working. It's because Charlotte is.
It was working before that. I think that is actually making it worse. It was fine when it was Charlotte Flair hanging out with Asuka. That's cool.
Yeah, but they're trying so hard to make Charlotte look like a face with this Lacey Rick thing, and the problem is Charlotte is a natural heel. She's naturally built to be a heel. It's just some people are just predisposed to be heels. You can't. It's hard to get behind Charlotte as a face because the way they booked her the last years as the queen, as she's beaten she's probably beaten almost every main event female. She's beaten every main event female on the roster right now. She's beaten them over. I mean, multiple times. So she legit can say, "I'm the best right now. I'm the queen." But you can't.
She has 8. She has 8 titles. She's gonna pass Ric Flair.
Yeah, they might end up passing. She might end up passing her father.
She's going to pass her father. Like, so, I think since John Cena's stuck at 16, I think Charlotte's going to be the first one to get the 17.
Yeah, she'll get 17. But so she's naturally it's hard to get behind her unless you have somebody that can come in and be just a legit monster. I mean, I'm talking about someone the likes of like Bull Nakano back 20, 30 years ago. Something like that's legit beast. Or like where Awesome Kong would have been. Just built like a female version of Brock Lesnar. It's the only person that will make Charlotte look like a face. Now they're trying to do that. So naturally, I can't. It's going to go with the Asuka and them just going to collide and at it. But Asuka's dealing with Alexa Bliss right now. They're doing that.
So much for this match not having a lot of.
It's just I'll just give you my justification for that.
Anyway, all right. Let's go on to the next match. And so the next match is the WWE Championship match. It is the champion Drew McIntyre defending against Goldberg. I'm up first.
Yeah.
This is like a dead eye look because I'm thinking, God, they're gonna let Goldberg win. They're gonna let Goldberg win. Please don't.
Well, we're in the darkest timeline. So.
We are. I'm gonna go with my heart here. I'm gonna pick Drew McIntyre. I'm gonna pray that Goldberg does not win. Goldberg cannot win this match. Drew McIntyre. Like it's got to be him. Let's keep it going. Goldberg can have his match and then fuck off. Like I don't want to see Goldberg anymore. I don't care.
Well,
put him in the bin.
Okay.
Yeah. Well. I know. Like I said, there's been like we spoke about this earlier. Yeah, we spoke about this earlier. There is a nightmare scenario there's been someone I was on Twitter that there's like a nightmare scenario that's been going around that's been considered.
Some sort of scenario where Goldberg wins too much.
And one of they never said what it was, but the assumption is that it's Goldberg winning. And
is that what you're picking?
No, honest with you, he doesn't need it. Goldberg does not.
He doesn't need it, but we're trying to predict what WWE is going to do.
Because he can come, and there are some part timers that can win that come in.
Oh, isn't this the only? Additional wrinkle. Isn't this the only title that Goldberg has not won? Because like he won the heavyweight championship,
you're right.
He's won the Universal Championship, but he's never won the WWE Championship. I'm sorry to just put that on you.
Oh,
put that on both of you. This is the only title that Goldberg has never won. Only World Championship.
Like I said, here's the problem. Is the E aware of the community? Are they really? They're not really aware, are they? They're oblivious, aren't they? They're burned. Oh, okay. I know what. I have to go. I'm still gonna go with you. I have.
Ooh, I thought I had you there.
I have faith that they are not gonna fuck this up.
Man, I just want to see 2 Claymores in the end of the match, and let's just pass the torch.
All they need to do is Goldberg goes for the spear. He moves out the way. He hits the.
It's not going to be a very long match, though. I think that's an easy prediction.
I think Goldberg tries for the spear. Drew sees it coming. He sidesteps it. Goes into another corner. Hits the Claymore. Like I said, Goldberg gets up. Hits the Claymore.
Going to spear him and jackhammer him, and then he's going to. But anyway, Alex, you're up. Drew McIntyre, Goldberg.
Well,
do you dare?
Somebody has to be the contrarian, don't they? You can't kick me off the show. I'm the one who has the buttons.
Oh yeah, you're the producer. Damn.
So
Alex has the power.
Hold on. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Well, try to justify it in your mind to us.
Listen,
Alex got to justify.
For the record, if you were to pick Goldberg,
because here's the thing.
Like,
it was like 2 weeks ago, I think, when we were trying to figure this out in our heads. And on this very show, where we were trying to understand why the heck Goldberg was even getting a shot in the first place. And the main thing that we took away from that was the one upside that I think we agreed on to Goldberg of all people, getting a shot at the Rumble, was that it meant that we had more of the actual roster people in the Rumble itself. Now, here's the thing.
Right.
If Goldberg were to win the title, who would he possibly be facing at at Mania? Do you think it would be the Rumble
Roman
winner,
Reigns.
or would it just be another, or would it just be like, would it just be a rematch with Drew?
Well,
I mean, it depends on what your synergy wants to see.
Here's part of the scenario. Goldberg wins. Drew steals the spot into the Rumble, comes in, wins the Rumble again, so he can challenge Goldberg at WrestleMania. That's one of the scenarios.
I think the scenario more likely would be if Goldberg wins and Brock Lesnar's win the Rumble.
Okay, listen. The reason I'm asking this is because the last time we saw something like this, that I remember at least, was
or the Fiend wins.
Hold on. I want you to bring your mind back to, I want to say 2013, 2012, one of the two. I'm trying to remember which. It was The Rock versus CM Punk. CM Punk still had his I think it was 400 something day title reign as WWE champion.
Yeah, that was 2013.
And The Rock beat him, and then John Cena won the Rumble. And then I was like, oh, okay, so that was the play then.
We saw the same thing happen to Kevin Owens too.
Yeah. So
Goldberg beat him, and then not Brock.
But here's the difference between Goldberg and The Rock.
No,
we actually have no problem with The Rock winning that. And people say, "Oh, we had no problem with The Rock winning that."
I mean, I did.
Well, you did, but most of the fans.
No, we all did.
75% of
okay, listen. The issue I had with The Rock winning the title at that point was because they were already trying to hint that Cena wanted a rematch against The Rock just to get his win back. Yeah, and at that point I was like, okay, Cena's winning that Rumble. Okay, there we go.
They telegraphed.
Anyways,
make your pick.
Well, I like I said, I got to be the contrarian. So the pick that I'm making, in the hopes that I'm wrong, is Goldberg.
I hope you're wrong too, because then you're also drinking half a gallon of milk.
But yeah, I think. Well, the other scenario is Goldberg wins, Fiend makes a surprise return, and Fiend makes a surprise return. What they do is this: the Fiend thing comes in where Alexa Bliss comes out, and then she comes out, throws Randy Orton over. Gets behind Randy Orton, and then the lights go out.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see with the men's Rumble what they did with the women's Rumble, and we'll see whoever wins the men's Rumble challenge for the NXT Championship at WrestleMania. Who knows?
No, they're going. But
probably not.
No, but yeah.
Right. Let's go to the next match then.
All right.
So this is the Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, defending the title against Kevin Owens, this time in a last man standing. As you recall, Adam Pearce became the #1 contender briefly a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
But then 2 weeks ago, Adam Pearce is like, actually, my leg hurts, so I'm going to put Kevin Owens in my place instead.
I like. You know what? I'm getting to really like Adam Pearce as de facto GM of both.
I do like Adam Pearce.
I like that.
So we booked a match between Kevin Owens and Reigns in last man standing. Certainly, Jey Uso will be lurking because he will. But anyway, Alex, James, you are first.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I like Adam Pearce as a de facto good authority member. See, finally, they go back to the good GM that they do in Next So Well.
He's this generation's Jack Tunney.
There you go. I like that. Now, when it comes to this match, I mean, it could say it's the no-brainer as well. Roman's going to win again. He's been too well. I'm going to actually throw a curveball in this one. I say Kevin Owens pulls off the upset. Okay. I say Kevin Owens obstructs the machine, wins in the last with help probably from, say, Daniel Bryan, unexpectedly, to neutralize Jey Uso. Wins it, and then he'll end up losing it Fastlane the next month or something. But I say Kevin Owens.
Get the shock value in because
I say Kevin Owens pulls off the upset. And this could be the other scenario. I just didn't think about this.
He could lose their Elimination Chamber back to Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Fastlane. Okay. Yeah. Or
I
you could say Reigns sneaks in the Royal Rumble and takes the Royal Rumble to win to challenge him again. They could do that too. They could do that. But no, I say upset. Kevin Owens pulls off the shocker.
Okay.
And then we have the rematch. They have a rematch in the next pay-per-view before he loses it.
Elimination Chamber will be next. So anyway, Alex.
Once again, James. You make some really good points, and you have very sound logic, very strong, valid reasoning.
But there's a but coming.
But I gotta go with Roman. See, and I'm not even gonna try to fill for time this time. I'm just gonna say no. I gotta go with Roman. I don't know. I feel like if Roman does somehow lose, it's literally gonna be at Mania. But I don't know. I don't even know who he would lose to at Mania. Even the possibility of whoever wins the Rumble. That's my take on it.
All right. I could actually see WWE doing that kind of like make the champion lose, and so it's not Drew and Roman hold the title till WrestleMania. But I think they're going to do that. They're going to unfortunately do that with Drew. Tribal Chief is winning.
I mean,
that's my pick.
Again, like I said, I have no problem with that, and that makes the most logic. I'm just thinking they might, because
they could throw a surprise because they are pretty predictable, and sometimes they do throw surprises like that. Remember when Zack Ryder won the U.S. title at WrestleMania?
Yeah. Like this would be a better way to do it. This would be the subvert the expectations portion of it, just to mess with the fans and just here's the thing: Roman can always get it back. It's not like
I agree. I think you have something that could be possible. I just don't think it's going to happen. So I'm picking Roman. All right, the women's Royal Rumble match. So this will be the fourth women's Royal Rumble match of the time. Let me read you the confirmed participants. There are 12 confirmed participants right now, and then So what you could do is you could pick one of these participants, or you could pick someone who's not currently on this list for your winner. But the confirmed participants are Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Bianca Belair, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Peyton Royce, Shayna Baszler, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Tamina. Alex, you're up first.
Well, I'm just gonna start off by saying I thought about this for a little bit here. At one point, I was gonna say, would they have Charlotte win the Women's Royal Rumble 2 years in a row just to have her be a 2-time winner like that? But the thing is, I don't. I think it. I think they're gonna. Because again, I do think that I think that title match is gonna be Charlotte versus Asuka, but I think that'll just kind of come more naturally than just Angie's won the Rumble. So I think, and it's gonna. In all honesty, Jeez, this is surprisingly tough.
The Rumbles are the hardest.
Yeah, the Rumbles are always the hardest to pick on
and I feel like this year is even harder than ever because they feel a little bit more wide open.
So just to clarify, we're starting off just by picking the winner, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna start off. I'm just gonna use my mental Rolodex. I'm just gonna look back and think. Okay. You know what? Let's go with Bayley. Yeah, we're gonna go with Bayley.
Okay. Bayley. All right. So I've been thinking about this for a bit. I'm thinking about some of the surprises who could enter. I think Becky Lynch could potentially come back for this. I don't know where she's at in terms of like being ready, ring ready from her the birth of her daughter. I'm thinking that if they want to call up Rhea Ripley from NXT to the main roster, because she's kind of been written off of NXT TV, like this is your opportunity to do it. But I think it's going to be Charlotte, and that's my pick. I think that's how they plan on getting Charlotte and Asuka, to be against each other. Is just have Charlotte win the Rumble, challenge her. They're tag champs. They have to, and this is a storyline that WWE has done before, that we've seen a couple times, where like the tag champs have to defend, but also they know they're clashing for the titles. And I think because they're the tag champs, that gives them something to do between now and WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is so far away. So as much as I would like to see Bayley win, because she's she's one of the OGs who still needs something like this to win. I think it's gonna be Charlotte Flair. James.
Much as that is very compelling, I don't think they're going down that route. I think now, as I said, the two possible scenarios is Rhea Ripley's brought up as a way to reintroduce Rhea Ripley, and they're winning that. But I think they're going with the likely scenario. New person, Bianca Belair. I say Bianca Belair pulls it off. She almost had it before. She had, and they're gonna choose who she wants. She might end up challenging for the SmackDown title,
I mean, if Bianca Belair wins, she's going after Sasha. Like, that's how you get to that.
Oh, Sasha. I think they're doing that. I think they're going to have. It'd be a good way to if Sasha. I don't know if Sasha's going to hold it for WrestleMania though. Sasha might end up.
I thought about Alexa Bliss too because she's got this like new edge on her. But all right, Bianca Belair for you.
I say Bianca Belair pulls it off. So I think
Bianca Belair is the betting market's favorite right now.
I got to go with that. I think they're going. This is the time, as we said. This is the time right now. I know they want to go with the Charlotte. I know the Charlotte thing is more feasible, and looking to past histories.
I'm just going with the predictable option. I don't particularly want Charlotte Flair to win.
No, but
I would love Bianca Belair to win. Like, the Royal Rumble should be for star-making moments, and that's like what it traditionally was. But it went away from that, and then it sort of kind of came back for it. But yeah, okay, you're on Bianca Belair. All right, last match of the night is the 24/7 title match. No, is the men's Royal Rumble match. So we have 17 participants confirmed already, with 13 not confirmed. So I'll read you the participants, and I get to go first in predicting anyway, so I'll just do it. But the participants that have confirmed already are Edge, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Mustafa Ali, Jeff Hardy, Cesaro, Otis, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sheamus, AJ Styles, Jey Uso, John Morrison, The Miz, Bobby Lashley, Daniel Bryan, Big E, Randy Orton, and then 13 others who have not been announced so far. So who wins this match really depends on like what happens with the title matches. If Goldberg were to win a match, I would have feared that would predict a Brock Lesnar return and win. I imagine Brock Lesnar's probably coming back for this match because why wouldn't he? Unless he really, really hates the Thunderdome, which I don't know.
He doesn't need to, quite frankly.
So I look at this list, and it does feel a little wide open. Like, I could honestly see Edge winning because they want to like put him in a spot, you know. I could see Shinsuke winning again because they started kind of building up Shinsuke a little bit. They could go somewhere. I could see, Big E, he's already the U.S. champion. Maybe they'll do the double champion thing. They haven't done that in a long time. But I am picking. I think the story they're going to tell is I think Daniel Bryan's going to win. This is his last Royal Rumble match. Daniel Bryan kind of stressed that. I think they're sort of like ramping up to Daniel Bryan's retirement, so he'll get his. So this is the year finally. 8 years too late. He'll get his Royal Rumble match win, and he'll get his main event match at WrestleMania against Roman Reigns. So I'm picking Daniel Bryan. James.
You have a lot of compelling arguments there, and
we can go in a lot of different directions. Like, how about Bobby Lashley?
This is the one thing I say. This is the one. This is in the last few years. This has been the most unpredictable Royal Rumble in the last couple of years. It's been a while since we've gone to the Royal Rumble and there's like no clear cut. Oh, this guy's going to win. Yeah, this is where they're going. We don't know. Now, I agree with you though. I think this is Daniel Bryan's last. This might be his last hurrah in the Rumble.
He said it was his last Royal Rumble.
Yeah, so he needs to have that win. I hate to say it, and you're like, oh, yes, he deserves to have that win. I think they're going, and they've been setting this up. I think they're going with he wins, and they were thinking, and it goes with my prediction. It's gonna be Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, and then Owens loses it back to Roman. It's Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns again.
All right, so you're picking Daniel Bryan.
I'm picking Daniel Bryan also. I'd say Daniel Bryan wins this. Finally, make the internet fans happy.
He is the betting market's favorite at the moment.
And when there's no fans there, you actually give him the win when there's no fans there. So yeah, that's how WWE handles it.
Yeah, right. How poetic. Right. There's no fans.
That's how they handled the Undertaker finally retiring with in front of no proper crowd.
Anyway, Alex.
So why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think R-Truth's gonna win. No.
I would love
Oh no, you don't. No.
I would love for honestly, if R-Truth won it, that'd be the greatest.
Well, no,
thing ever.
you know what? Okay, but, let me explain.
I want him to lose the title during the match.
Yes, I want to see. That's all I want to see is to see the freaking 24/7 title be on the line during the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I want the 24/7 title to be on the line during this match as well.
Like that's what I really want. But I don't think. But no, okay. But for real, It's really okay. On the one hand, it's really tough to pick a winner. On the other hand, it's really hard to think of anyone other than Daniel Bryan at this point, especially based on what we've.
Well, I tried to make some cases for other people.
But I mean,
I noticed that Keith Lee is not on this list. That's really weird.
Who?
Keith Lee was not on the list of confirmed participants.
Yeah, okay. You know what? No, you know what? We're gonna do this, assuming that he gets out of Performance Center jail. We're gonna go with
Braun Strowman.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go for the long shot. I'm gonna go with Keith Lee winning this. There we go.
All right.
I would have no problem.
He could be one of the few surprises that we actually get in this match, and I'm gonna go with him to actually go. Because thinking about it, let's pretend for a second that for sure Goldberg does not beat Drew. Who else would you like to see go against Drew for the title than Keith Lee and actually have a proper one-on-one match for the title, especially at WrestleMania?
You could go Sheamus,
but I gotta go for it.
Bobby Lashley.
You could go Bobby Lashley. You could go Well, here's the thing: they could have Bobby losing. They haven't set the U.S. title match yet, or they may have that too.
They may have it. They may not. If Bobby Lashley were to win, I would want him to hold the U.S. title all the way through.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see with that. I'd like to see Bobby finally get that match against Brock Lesnar that he's been wanting so badly. Yeah. Have that be for the U.S. title.
You have Big E, because Drew has stated that he would love to face Big E. He thinks Big E is ready to go. You could have Big E kind of swerve with that, and maybe Big E
Otis won Money in the Bank. Maybe he can win the Royal Rumble too.
Because that's the thing. Hey, because that's the thing. You never know. Like I don't like. You never know when they might actually.
They've already subverted it once this year. The Royal Rumble winner does not have to go to WrestleMania. They could do an Otis again, just to subvert our expectations.
Yeah.
Because none of us picked Otis for the Money in the Bank. Like we were like, it's AJ Styles, it's Daniel Bryan. No, apparently Otis won. You know?
Yeah, well, no. What I'm trying.
There's some big glaring omissions. Like Riddle's not on this list. Keith Lee's not on this list.
Okay. But here's the thing, though.
Angel Garza's not on this list.
The only thing I'm trying to point out here is like, and this is something that they did in the past as well. It's like the person who wins the Rumble, for all intents and purposes, gets to choose they have at least in the past gets to choose which world title they actually go after.
Yeah, they still do that. They just usually choose
I'm like,
on their brand.
It's possible that someone on SmackDown wins and then actually challenges Drew at Mania.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of cross promotion like Charlotte last year at the NXT title, but before that, we haven't seen that in a couple of years either.
Yeah, so there is that possibility. So that's why it's
possible. That's what I love about the Royal Rumble. There's still possibility. Even though it feels like it might be Daniel Bryan, which I think it probably will be.
I think that's the most.
It's okay.
I mean, I would love to see Daniel win it.
If it happens that way, it's okay.
He's one of the few guys that can do that, and we're not going to shit on it. The fans aren't going to shit on it.
I mean, I can't feel unless Goldberg wins the Royal Rumble, there's really no winner I would be unhappy with. I guess Brock Lesnar maybe.
I have no problem with Brock wins
because he's not been on TV for a while, so he's not like
all I know.
And honestly, if he gets to do the thing he did last year, that was kind of fun.
Hey, the only thing I would be annoyed by is if Brock won the Rumble, Goldberg won the title, and then that's your Mania match. We're like, I don't need that.
That's scenario.
I don't need that.
That would. I wouldn't even be mad. I would just be annoyed.
I could take Brock versus Drew, or hell, maybe Brock versus Roman.
Like literally anything else. That's all I'm saying.
I think that's what
I could take either of those matches. I don't want either of those matches, but I could certainly take them.
The nightmare scenario is Goldberg wins, Brock wins, and it's Goldberg Brock at WrestleMania. That's the nightmare scenario. That's where the fans would explode.
Well, when I look at their traditional booking, Daniel Bryan hasn't won a match in a month, which means he's primed for the Royal Rumble win.
Oh yeah, there's that as well.
If we follow the pattern they like to throw out, which is they do every year,
which also helps Bianca Belair's case because she also hasn't won.
That's the pattern she has.
See, I also don't like the idea.
She did have the nice name.
I just don't like the idea of following the pattern because sometimes WWE likes to not follow the pattern just to piss people off.
That just seemed to be a weird pattern. Like, oh, we're gonna surprise you with the winner by making sure the winner hasn't won in a month.
Well,
it's like the weird.
All right, so we gotta do the tiebreaker real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
The surprise.
So the tiebreak for this, and this is if we are tied, either at the bottom or the top, naming a surprise entrant and naming their position. So not enough to say, oh, it's gonna be Brock Lesnar. naming which number they're coming out as, and then whoever gets closest with their surprise entrant. Because otherwise, we could all just pick an obvious surprise entrant, right?
Right.
Brock Lesnar, Keith Lee, whatever. So you're gonna pick an entrant who's not currently announced for the Royal Rumble, and you're gonna pick the number they come out as.
I'll go first.
All right, James.
I say this: Ronda Rousey for the women's 27.
Okay. Ronda Rousey 27. Ooh, Ronda Rousey's good. Like, she hasn't been around in a couple of years.
She hasn't been around. We haven't heard a peep from her.
I've been waiting for her to come back.
She's gone quiet. Have you heard nothing for the last, months?
I mean, she criticized wrestling early this year, and that was about it.
That's it. And
like, right after WrestleMania, she was in the news for, like, shitting on wrestling fans.
For, like, the millionth time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because she can't.
All right, so Ronda Rousey 27. All right. Alex?
All right. So, I was thinking about this.
She's gonna pick the gobbledygooker.
For like the 5th or 6th time tonight, I feel like I gotta be the one that goes for the long shot here. I'm going for the long shot. I'm gonna go with my hope booking, and for the umpteenth year in a row, I'm gonna be probably the only one who actually wants to see this happen, and I'm gonna go with CM Punk making his glorious return to the Rumble at number 19.
Okay.
Oh, it could have been 13.
I'm gonna go with 19.
I mean, there's definitely rumors that CM Punk is doing it. I think the safest pick is Brock Lesnar. We don't know if he's coming back or not. It's no confirmed. I think I am gonna pick Brock. I'm gonna be boring, right? Because I actually want to win the competition. I'm gonna pick Brock Lesnar. I'm gonna pick him. I think it's gonna come late this year. We'll do Brock Lesnar 23.
Okay. All right. I can respect that.
Yeah, right. I'm surprised none of you guys went with what I thought they would go
well,
with.
see, my thing is I already picked Keith Lee to actually win it, but I don't also want to go with him to be my surprise pick.
Here's the one I could have gone to. Becky Lynch.
I was thinking about Becky Lynch.
That's possible.
Because she's had
well, I mentioned Becky Lynch earlier as like a possibility. Yeah, like I don't know if she's ready to come back yet or not. Well, it would be very close because I think she gave birth in what, November?
November was it November? It was November.
Yeah, so that would be like 2 months to like.
Yeah, she can get because
to both recover from childbirth and to be trained up enough to be like.
Well, here's the thing: the Rumble you can fake it. You don't have to be. She doesn't have to be in great shape, just enough to get there, do thing, maybe get thrown out or something like that. So.
Well, do you want to change to Becky Lynch?
No, I still say Ron.
All right.
No, I'm just saying that's another possible, more likely scenario because.
No, I agree. I think that's something that definitely could happen.
But I think Ronda's gone dark. We haven't heard anything from her. I haven't heard anything. Nobody said anything about it. There's been no tweeting or anything. Oh, Ronda Rousey. We haven't heard anything. So I think they're going to pop her in and throw her back into the mix. Now, like I said, she doesn't have to appear on every show. They come there, do what she needs to do, and then I will start buzz again.
I still remember the fact that she made her WWE debut literally at the very end of the Royal Rumble. Because for some reason they felt like they really needed to take away from Asuka's moment of actually winning the Rumble, just to have
we got to point at the sign.
Ronda come out smiling and pointing at the camera, despite
the big Kool-Aid smile.
Like, cool, thanks, Ronda.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey turning heel was like the best thing in pro wrestling.
Well, because that was natural for her.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
the thing with Ronda, I like Ronda. Ronda's her struggle and everything, her personal story. Yes, but she comes off naturally as a heel. That's always been her spot, but she's always wanted to be the face.
Yeah.
You could see she's forcing to be the face, and it's like, don't do it. Just be natural, be a heel. That's who you come off as, a badass heel. Just be that. And it took her a long time to figure it out.
All right, so those are our predictions.
Or you could have gone with Conor McGregor. I thought you guys said, hey, Conor shows up.
No. Okay. Maybe if he had won his fight, that'd be one thing.
Yeah, if he had won it, he lost.
What about Velasquez? He's still lurking around.
Velasquez working for MLW.
Wasn't he?
I know he got cut.
He was one of the guys who got cut.
Yeah, he got
furloughed.
Anyway, all right. So that's our predictions. The loser of a prediction contest will be drinking some milk. Lots of milk. Lots and lots of milk. Very exciting.
I'm not looking forward to this.